Hello, so glad you're here. Welcome to the Advancement Center here in Santa Barbara. And today is amazing. We almost were inside because we were told about the high winds, but we'll try our luck and hold on to our papers. And I'm just so glad you're here. Yeah, a lot of things are happening. Things we can pay attention to, things we better not pay attention to. And this is going to be a very special broadcast. In fact, I was so excited about the invitation because it just kept unfolding and unfolding for me, because it says sanity is more than you think. It's much more valuable than that. And that's where we're going to visit today. But I think the feeling and the reason I can get to this level is because I'm following Genya on Wednesday, who carried us to the heights out there, and David on Friday, who carried us to the depths and heights of what is possible. So today I was so excited that I wrote some things down because I don't want to forget anything. The idea of this broadcast today is to uncover what is seemingly out of our reach, but knocking at the door of our awareness, seeking understanding at a level we have not yet experienced. It may seem like it's only a matter of time before we all know everything, but this isn't the case. It's necessary to stir up the ethers and see what is there. Otherwise, it will remain in front of us and not be revealed for a very long time. Do you know how important and how precious your presence is at this moment for these words to be said? I hope so. We are in a position where we can open new channels and express the unknown in a way that is understood by everyone. Our knowledge and experience in the world of magic and miracles will assist greatly in the revelations that will be clear in the physical world. And Lord knows that is of utmost importance these days. So we're being told that what we are looking for is already in our field and within our reach, which means that we all have access even though we're unaware of what we're looking at. With this in mind, we can now explore the areas of our interaction that we have never looked at before and see if there is something we recognize as totally new and at the same time mind-blowing. And that describes what happened to me yesterday. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty exciting. And it still is. And it's even more thrilling because I get to share it with you. We're now opening some doors that have never seemed to be important in the physical world. The world of magic and miracles holds many undisclosed truths. Now, here comes something that really thrilled me. We've all heard about twins. How one twin will finish the sentence of his twin brother, or a sister will know exactly what her twin sister or brother and sister, it doesn't matter. I have twins, Jason and Nina, but they always seem to know what's going on, and they answer, and they're there for each other. Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, here it comes. We all know and have experienced our happy switch. And hopefully, we remember to keep it on the on position all the time. And if we locate something going, we check it out and say, oh, yes, it went off. Turn it on. And here it comes. We all have a real and sensible twin aspect in everyone that can be switched on and off depending on what each twin decides as its destiny. This twin aspect is complex, to say the least, but we all have it, whether or not you are a twin or you're not a twin. Yeah. And what it does, this aspect carries us beyond all understanding and is displayed as a one or two-sided connection between people, beings, entities, beliefs, and any number of combinations that allow communication beyond the level of normal understanding. I think I have to say that about 4 more times for it to sink in, because I needed to do that for myself. Because this is the hidden world, which is responsible for the well-being, the sanity, and companionship needed for the existence of every human being. That's why sanity is so much more than we think. Sanity is always present if we put that switch on, that switch of connection, the switch that connects us with every living being. Doesn't that tell you how Genya is always connected to her friends in the animal world? We all switch on to something. Now, can you imagine if everyone in humanity switched on? This is what we're talking about. And this is what I realize that I have. I just didn't know the name of it. I've used it my whole life in counseling people and feeling like I knew what they were feeling. I knew what they were thinking. And I have a book of stories. The twin aspect. The more we discover and discuss this hidden world, the greater will be the possibilities in everyone's life, and the easier it will be for everyone to discover magic and miracles. That's what we're all about. That's why we're all up here on the platform of elevated living, or the elevated platform of living. Doesn't matter how you say it, because that's the only thing that is uppermost at this time, when the world is going insane. And the world is going to be the first to tell you that. And I've heard it. Barbara, you don't know what you're talking about. Barbara, don't listen to that. Mm-mm. And there's something so empowering to know what you know and know that no one can take away your individual power, strength, love, and kindness. That's the Advancement Center. That's what makes me so proud to be a part of the telling of the truth. I have a Facebook friend, Rosie Neal, and she says, when you step fully into the stream of knowingness, you will have access to that of the deepest of esoteric truth, beyond all intellect. This level of truth will be so absolute that nothing will shake or waver your knowing. And I love this. In answer, do you remember the movie The Matrix? And Morpheus saying, let it all go? Well, Robert's answer to that is, and walk into the space of love. Yeah, the meaning just seems to grow and grow and grow. I feel that it is most appropriate this time to share with you my experience when I worked in what we now call euphemistically a psychiatric center, but it was the insane asylum. In my experience, within those walls where I walked around with the keys, I found the most sanity. And the only reason they were there is because someone with a separate list of details decided that this one doesn't have clarity of mind, so must be insane. And by the way, that is the definition of sanity if you look it up. It's the clarity of mind. No. I think we're going to rewrite the dictionary. And sanity is clarity of heart, obeyed by the mind. Yeah. Because somehow or other, I walked into the wards and people smiled, people said hello. They told me how good they feel when I walk in. It's almost like I turned the key in that hidden world that nobody else knew about. And it was our secret because we were connecting. I don't have to go into details. I think you know. Because when you connect with another on that deeper level, it has nothing to do with the words or the mentality. It has to do with, am I safe with this person? Can I speak what I'm truly feeling? And if the answer is yes, the door opens. And whether or not you're 1,000 miles away, you will always remember that connection. I do. And I remember also, I'm laughing because while I was working there, I kept asking, why am I here? Why am I walking around in this place with keys and bars on the window? And why did you send me here? What am I learning? A lot. A lot. It has given me a perspective that not everything is as it seems. And it's important to dig deep and go behind the scenes and see who's pulling what puppet strings. So I keep thanking you for being here because you give me the opportunity to be able to share and to tell you that you all have the twin aspect, whether or not you've ever exercised it. You feel another. You hear subliminally. You know. It's 100% pass to go anywhere. No matter what the language, what the custom, you can travel to any country and you'll see people who will respond to your heart that comes through your eyes of recognition. Like, I know you. We've known each other before, haven't we? Yeah. So now, what's happening in the world? Well, this is what's keeping me sane, because you certainly can't listen to what's going on. And then on June 2nd, 2013, Robert said, "It is time to instruct the future rather than for waiting for it to happen." How about that? You can make it happen. And you can make it happen according to what you know to be true. Now, the complex nature of the world is seen as total insanity, and by no means necessary in any venture that may involve your presence in the future. What can now be seen is the obvious that was hidden previously in plain sight. Now it all hangs together. There's no one who has escaped the news of COVID-19. We've all heard it, but we all heard it with different ears. Did we hear it and be frightened? Did we hear and obey? Or did we see it for what it is? Did we listen and be discerning? And that's why we have to be together, to support each other and to not let somebody run off frightened. Like a little child at night. We embrace each other, we have each other's backs, and we take care of each other all the time. I just came across this, the competitive nature of humanity comes from a history of training that makes some people feel that they can surpass their present position and become equal or better than any other. And this has occupied society for many hundreds of years. That's what the history books are, with a change in power and regime and killing. It's crazy. Yeah. And then I have this underlined. There is no real direction, but there are signs that indicate the impossible, and that is where you must head. The result will never be as you expect, but the direction will be clear and life will be exciting. Yeah. And I'm just running through here because there are some things that are said so beautifully, and I didn't want to just, yeah. Of course, this one we all know, and well, it doesn't need stating, but I'll say it anyway. The crowd mentality is promoted every day on the news and in the stories about our lives. In the rush of social activity, it is easy to become part of the crowd and not become involved with the flow of the social network. The deeper you become embedded in the crowd, and the less chance you have of even seeing what is around you. As an individual, you can practice crowd control, but unless this is your destiny, you have handed your life over to a functioning malfunction that will never give you peace. Yeah. And I came across this and I loved the sound of it so much that I put it on Facebook and sent it to all my friends. And they all came back with big red hearts. And it says, and I say this to you, once you see the obvious, the magic of your own being will come into play and take you out of the crowd to where you can interact normally with love and harmony as your ultimate point of recognition, because that is who you are. Yeah. And George Eliot said, it's never too late to be what you might have been. We don't even have to go there because we recognize you this moment. We see you, we feel you, we love you, we care about you. And that is the definition of sanity. A twin aspect. When you're exercising that twin aspect, you're connecting with all of humanity. And all of humanity will feel it. What a magnificent country this is. The lights, the darks, the flowers, the rock. Let's put so much emphasis on magic and miracles that when they happen and they excite you, tell us. Send me an email. Let's quantify. You can't quantify, I know that, but let's recognize the world of magic and miracles and how far beyond we're traveling together. And that hidden world will be coming clearer and clearer because you and everyone who's awake is present. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being in the world. Thank you for recognizing who you are. And I'll see you next time. Until then, I wish you a perfect life, perfect health, and a magic future. Thank you.